my mum was taught to read music when she was a little girl, and but she couldn't play by ear at all. And I mean, she wasn't. No offense to my mum, but she wasn't a great, musician or anything. But she could read music. And the little story I have was that, when she had just married my dad and moved to the farm where I was brought up, and she was the only one in the community who apparently could read music. And so the village church said, could you play the organ, in the church? And she said, absolutely no, no, definitely not. I've never played an organ in my life. But they said, but you can read music, you can read hymns. And she said, well, I can do that, but no, I'm only going to do it for one Sunday. And then 35, well, actually nearly 40 years later, she was still doing it. My dad, on the other hand, couldn't read music, but he had a very good ear for Scottish traditional music. And he played the accordion in a dance band and gave that all up once myself and my brothers were born. So I never actually saw him play ever. And but they were both, you know, quietly encouraging. My mum perhaps was more vocal than my dad. And I remember, whenever I gave a performance, and they would always try and get to the Scottish performances as far as they could, or if I was a little girl taking part in the Aberdeen music festivals, the little competitions and so on. And I would play, and then at the end, my dad would just go, mm-hmm, and that was it, just mm-hmm. And then I knew that he was quite happy, whereas my mum would have said, well done, that was fine, and you did not too bad there. But if my dad didn't say anything, if there was no mm-hmm, then I knew that I needed to practice.